Well, welcome along to Hong Kong Direct, to the latest instalment of everything Hong Kong racing related for you here on this week's show. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the programme for you. We'll be hearing from Luke Currie, who is due to make his return to race day action on the 10th of April. He's been cleared fit to ride after a nasty spill in the trials. We'll be catching up with the Australian, who's had to sit out the last couple of months here in Hong Kong. And FWD Champions Day, well, the entries are out for that big day. 3 Group 1s, 65 million Hong Kong dollars spread across those races. And we'll also take a look at some galloping clues of the equine stars that will turn up on that big day. Well, I'd like to welcome onto Hong Kong Direct now our guest for this week's episode. And, well, he's a man we haven't seen a great deal of here in Hong Kong. His name is Luke Currie, of course. And, Luke, very welcome to the show this week. Great to speak to you. And obviously, as I mentioned, you've only had the 8 rides so far since you've been in Hong Kong, but obviously you've had that injury. Firstly, how are you feeling? How are you sort of within yourself as you prepare to come back?
Yeah, hi Nick. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I've given myself time, and it's been a couple of months since my injury, and I've done a lot of fitness work and a lot of rehab. And been to the track for a week now. Rode in a couple of trials this morning, and I feel like I'm ready to go. So I'll kick off next Sunday week, and I'll be well and truly ready by then.
Yeah, well, I mean, just even today, in fact, I saw some news come through that you have been passed fit to ride, obviously on the 10th. So that's certainly good news as you work towards that comeback. Yes,
yeah, for sure. I didn't want to rush the last couple of weeks, as it's taken a couple of months anyway. So, yeah, it was nice to have those couple of trial rides this morning. Hopefully I have a couple again next week just to blow the cobwebs out, as you would say. But, yeah, I felt really good, and my fitness is as good as it can be under the circumstances. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to the races.
Just on the fall itself, obviously the incident at the trials, thankfully the horse was okay, and it looked, I was there that morning, and it obviously didn't look the worst of falls, but it was your T7 that was the problem, is that correct?
Yeah, I fractured my T7 and was knocked out and had a concussion that probably had lasting effects for about a month. But yeah, it was a simple fall, no other horses involved. Must have just landed wrong, and I think maybe my horse might have clipped me on the way through with its back legs, but just one of those things. You see the most simple of falls and not walk away from them and have bad injuries, or falls where there's a few horses involved and everyone walk away and unscathed. So yeah, it was just one of those things.
Obviously, is obviously one of the biggest hurdles that you've had to get over. What else has been testing through this time, Luke? Obviously being on the sidelines and obviously the current climate we're in as well probably hasn't made things as enjoyable, shall we say, during an injury period. But what's been the biggest challenges for you since you've been out?
Just the loneliness of being here on my own. Some days are quite hard, thinking of my family being at home and not having them around me. So other than that, I haven't found it too bad. I've had other injuries before where I've been restricted for quite some time. So I've been able to get out and walk and ride my bike, which has been great just to keep the mind ticking over. But yeah, just missing the family and not having them around without a lot to do has been hard. And then I suppose the restrictions on not being able to see anyone else as well makes it a little bit difficult.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you jockeys are made of strong stuff. So obviously with preparations looking ahead to the 10th when you'll be back, I mean, who have you been able to get back in riding work for, Luke? I mean, obviously David Hall supported you obviously when you first arrived, and David Hayes obviously with the winner on Miracle Victory. Have you managed to do plenty for both of those gentlemen?
I have, yeah. I initially the first few days I didn't really want to push myself too much and try and have too many. So David Hayes and David Hall both give me rides, and also Ricky Yu, who was quite keen to use me when I first got here. So it's been nice. Those guys have helped me out and give me a few, and now I'm on the hunt to get a few more and try and secure a few rides.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, you're certainly making up for lost time, that's for sure, obviously, through absolutely no fault of your own. Luke, great to chat to you, of course, and obviously we really do look forward to seeing you back in action on the 10th, and I imagine you more than anybody are looking forward to that date.
Yeah, I really am. I was surprised this morning. Riding work's been good, getting out of just being at home and riding work. But this morning when I rode in trials, I felt like a kid having his first race ride again. I could have done cartwheels when I jumped off my second one, and I felt that happy and up and about. So I can only imagine that I'll be even more so on race day.
Well, Luke, great to chat to you as always, and we wish you well. Look forward to seeing you back.
Thanks very much.
Well, great to chat to Luke Currie. They're really looking forward to seeing him back in action, Luke, and that will happen on the 10th of April. He'll be hoping to be a part of FWD Champions Day, I am sure. And there are 3 Group 1 races coming up on that programme on the 24th of April. We can now take a look at the entries for the sprint. And as you can see, all the usual suspects turning up for this. California Spangle, quite an interesting entry there. He's also got an entry in the mile, which we'll get to in due course. But the likes of Hot King Prawn, a horse that we know plenty about, Master 8, who's been so progressive, Skyfield Stronger, and of course Wellington, who did manage to pick off a Group 1 last time out. So it is with the Richard Gibson trained runner that we can take a galloping clue, and we can look back on his most recent win at the highest level.
California Deep Shot leading, Healthy Happy, Skyfield White Cuckoo the next 2, and 2 lengths to Carrying Star. Healthy Happy, Skyfield's doing his best to keep White Cuckoo in a pocket. California Deep Shot is in trouble on the inside, and Wellington joined in. Wellington ranged up to them, and he's run to the lead from White Cuckoo, and then Skyfield Carrying Star. This is the real Wellington. He's now a dual Group 1 winner.
He's an exciting horse, isn't he, Wellington? And that win last time over 14. He runs this weekend, of course, in the Sprint Cup, but en route to the sprint coming up on the 24th. So looking forward to seeing him in action. On the day, of course, we've got the mile, and we can take a look at the entries for this as well. The FWD Champions Mile. California Spangle has an entry in this race. Obviously ran so gallantly throughout the course of the 4-year-old series, winning the Classic Cup. We'll take a look at him very shortly. But Cheerful Days has been on a real roll so far this season. Golden 60, of course, bidding to go back-to-back. He also runs this weekend. Looking forward to seeing him in action. Down at the bottom there, White Cuckoo, who got the better of the champ a couple of starts ago. Well, California Spangle, second in the Derby, winner of the Classic Cup, and also second in the mile. He's going to take on the big boys this time, and we can refresh your memories, and this is exactly what he's capable of.
California Spangle, 300 metres to go. Zach slipped him some leather. He leads a length and a half. Money Catcher. Then Mr. Ascendancy, Rocket Spade, Chiron Red Sun. It is California Spangle though. 100 metres to go. 2 lengths Money Catcher. Chiron Red Sun's running on. California Spangle's in front. Chiron Red Sun won't get him. And California Spangle won the Classic Cup.
What a mouth-watering clash that could be. California Spangle taking on Golden 60. Thoroughly looking forward to that, should that materialise on April 24th, of course. And that run there, you obviously saw Romantic Warrior running behind him in the Classic Cup. He then went on to win the Derby, of course. As we take a look at the entries for the QE2 Cup, run on the same day. Butterfield up at the top there, Danny Shum. Columbus County, who missed a recent engagement, and further down the likes of Group 1 winners Panfield. Romantic Warrior, of course, Russian Emperor, winner of the Gold Cup. He runs this weekend, so too Savvy 9 in there for Douglas White, Tourbillon Diamond and Zabrowski. But Romantic Warrior, he really has taken all before him amongst the 4-year-olds. He's going to step into some deeper company, and with no visitors, maybe he's the one that can pick off the QE2 Cup. Let's take a look back at his Derby win.
It's California Spangle with 400 to go. He comes 4 off the rail. Plenty of room for Money Catcher. Romantic Warrior, then Senor Toba and the Irishman. California Spangle, can he run it out? Money Catcher to the inside. Romantic Warrior, 3 horse go in the Derby. California Spangle, 2 horse go. Romantic Warrior, the Spangle lifts. The Warrior comes. Romantic Warrior takes the lead, and Romantic Warrior wins the Derby for Karis Teaton.
Well, could it possibly be a changing of the guard on Champions Day? So much look forward to both California Spangle and Romantic Warrior going to the 24th. Let's take a look at the diary and see what's coming up for you in the next couple of meetings here in Hong Kong. Obviously, this weekend we've got 2 Group 2s, the Sprint Cup and the Chairman's Trophy, and we'll be at Sha Tin there. Happy Valley, back to the Valley on Wednesday night, and Sha Tin on the 10th of April. And that will be the meeting that Luke Currie will make his return to race riding action. That just about brings this week's show to a close. Many thanks for joining us. And when it comes to classic replays, well, he was one of my favourites, and I'm sure he was a favourite for many. Lucky Bubbles taking out a Sprint Cup a few years ago. Enjoy this. Many thanks for being with us, and we look forward to your company next week. Goodbye.
9 from the pace, being headed by Rad. Dundonald quickly moves up to join him, and Preble plays his cards now on Lucky Bubbles as he sprints past the pair. Amazing Kids and Packing Pins are starting to make headway, but Lucky Bubbles is in full flight, 200 to go. Amazing Kids, Packing Pins, can they reach him? Lucky Bubbles still in front, 2 on Amazing Kids and Packing Pins, but he's all class. Lucky Bubbles kept going, and it's a comfortable win in the end for Lucky Bubbles.